All right. What's up, peeps? Welcome to another episode of the How's It Going podcast. How's it going? As in my name. As in the question I ask my guests. Today we got ourselves a very special guest. Everyone's special in their own ways, but this guy's extra special, simply because we come from the same place. What was that?
Same place.
We come from the same place, bro. We come from the same place. It's D to the is O, C to the is A. We got Darren Chang.
What's good?
What's good, Darren Chang? Why don't you give people a quick introduction of yourself?
Of myself, man. Okay. My name is Darren. I am his brother. I'm 27 this year.
All right. I think before we continue, we got to give a big shout out to our biggest fan, probably listening right now. You know who that is?
Who that is?
Our biggest fan, minimum. Our biggest fan. We only got one biggest fan.
Mommy?
Yeah.
What's up, Mama?
Hi, Mom. I'm on the internet, Mom. But maybe Dad's listening to it. Hey, Dad.
What's up, Pops?
All right. I want to take this moment to thank you for joining this podcast. It'd be hard out here getting guests, getting ignored and shit, I'll be approaching Elon Musk asking him, hey, man, you won't be on my podcast. He ain't even seen it, man. That's how it be out here, man. You can't convince people with like 17 subscribers, on that point. Remember to subscribe, man. What you doing? Like and subscribe, man. You gotta do that YouTube shit nowadays. All right, minimum. I was gonna jump into some serious shit. You know what we do on the podcast. We talk serious shit. Mm-hmm. We don't jump into. We want to solve world problems here, man. Real shit. All right.
Yeah.
Ain't no joking. First question, minimum. Now take this seriously.
Serious.
All right. Is cereal a soup?
Cereal a soup? No. Cereal is not a soup. Because technically, you can eat cereal without the milk. Soup is wet.
All right. Is water wet, though?
Is water wet?
Right.
I'd say water's pretty wet.
Right. What makes something wet, though? Is it because it was dry and then it became wet? But what if it was wet to begin with? Would you say a sponge is wet?
A sponge is not wet, my man. A sponge is not wet.
Then why is water wet? Now, see, this is the kind of serious topics we talk about here on the How's It Going podcast. If you ain't ready, you can drop off, man.
I wasn't ready for that, man. But
that was just a taste, brother. That was just a taste. You ready or not?
Is water wet? Is water wet?
The answer is, who knows? It's up to interpretation, man. It's kind of like those, lifelong questions like, what's God? People ask this question all the time. Is water
what's the
wet?
meaning of life?
Right. I think before we continue, we got to thank our main sponsor. I got a sponsor for this episode,
Okay.
You believe that?
I believe that.
You believe I got a sponsor?
I believe that.
You best believe you got a sponsor too, man. We all got a sponsor.
It's God himself, eh? Jesus.
You
praise the Lord.
I didn't say Jesus, all right? I didn't say Jesus, okay? All the guys, all right?
All the guys.
Hey, man, depends on what you pray to, man. You like that Buddha? You like that Jesus? You like that Guru Nanak? Man, it's up to you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's up to you, man. How the fuck do you know I was going to say God? How did you know? 我昨晚想了。
Great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike. I was gonna say God. I was gonna make fun of the fact that you that time when you had sleep paralysis, then you didn't know who to pray to.
Yeah, man.
Why don't you tell people about that a bit?
Okay, that was a very, very scary experience. So, do we do this like a serious? You're gonna
No,
like you can cut and everything, right?
We can, but
So,
I'm not gonna. So just like this, also I will just keep it in. So
okay.
yeah. So it's like conversation, but make it jokey, like the most casual.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be the most casual conversation of them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I think we're brothers, and there's not like a real like. There's nothing much that you want to know about me.
Right.
Like basically,
Right.
you know everything about me. So
Yeah.
just gonna chat. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a friendly little chat.
This ain't no interview, nah.
Nah, this ain't no interview. Okay, so sleep paralysis, yes.
Okay.
So if y'all didn't know, we grew up as Buddhists, right?
Right.
But then again, we would go to the temples and everything just because
We
our
were told to.
parents- Yeah. So we just followed them everywhere.
Right.
And then when I went to university,
Yeah.
you know, things happen. You meet
Things
people,
happen. Yeah.
and then I started going to church.
Right. Trying out new things.
So,
That's what it
trying out
is.
new
Yeah.
things, you know, trying to understand our religion, you know,
Yeah.
Christian world and everything.
You find your
And then
sponsor. Yeah.
find myself okay, and then one night, I'm not sure if anyone has. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have experienced it before, but
Yeah.
sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
that is some scary shit, man.
Yeah.
So basically you're awake, but you cannot do anything. You think you cannot even shout for help. You cannot do anything. You're basically just paralyzed with your eyes
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
And then in most cases people hallucinate.
You see Stevie
Yeah.
Wonder in the corner of the room like that. Stevie Wonder standing there doing this, man.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
what you
man.
doing, man?
Like Stevie Wonder's looking at you, but you can't see me.
That don't sound right. He lying, ain't he? He lying.
Uh-huh.
All right, please continue.
So you see, I saw something pressing on me. Like
Right.
I don't know, some object was on me. So
Yeah.
man. And then like it takes you a while to really like get out of it.
Yeah.
And then I was scared shitless, man. It was the first time, and I was like, you know, like as a kid, whenever you face situations like this,
Yeah.
you would just pray, right? Pray
Yeah.
to something. Like if you were Buddhist, you start your
Recite-
mantra,
reciting something.
reciting mantra,
Yeah.
and then. Oh man, so I was like, shit, who do I pray to now? Who's gonna help me? And that was a serious question. I was like super scared.
I'm
on my
gonna
bed.
die. All right.
Oh man, I was so clueless. Like, Buddha, I don't think Buddha wants to help me now. And then Jesus, oh shit, I'm not that close yet. So,
Oh man, I'm in between, man. I'm on the way, man.
I'm
I haven't
in
reached it.
between. Oh hell. Yep. So that was some scary shit.
So people, I remember the next day he woke up and he was okay, and then he explained to me he was real scared and shit. And I felt it before. I had sleep paralysis before, and he said he was real scared. And then I was like, yeah, it happens. And then when he told me he was like, he didn't know who to pray to, I was like, bruh. Laughing my ass off because this guy, if you guys don't know, he got a tattoo on the back of his neck. Says, "Oh, man, he paid me who?" So when he be praying at church, people be wondering, "What kind of Christian is this, man?"
Hey man, I don't know. I think if I was given the chance, I would even like to explore the world of Islam. You know, go to a mosque. I don't know.
Amen.
I just not that I want to follow the religion, but
Right. You never know.
You gotta try everything once, right?
Hey, man, yeah, you're right. I think. Let's talk about real serious shit now. All right, the real serious shit, not like a cereal soup, stuff like that. Yeah, real
All right.
serious shit. I think a lot of religions nowadays. Religion is something that I think people are taking less and less seriously. I wouldn't say I'm an atheist. I remember a couple of years ago, I used to say I'm agnostic. I'm like, yeah, I'm Buddhist. I identify as Buddhist, but I'm open to the idea that there could be no God. Yeah, I think you're probably the same.
Yeah,
But
somewhat.
as I started working and getting all these opportunities, working at Intel, getting to know people, working in Singapore, I realized I'm too lucky for all this to be just chance. So I feel I'm blessed, and who gonna bless me if not my sponsor, man? Why do I say my sponsor? Because I can't say for sure that Buddhism, all the gods in Buddhism or Hinduism or Christianity or Islam, I can't say they exist. I ain't got no proof. I ain't got no signed contract. I ain't got no ID. They didn't show me the IC saying I'm from heaven or anything. So I say sponsor because if there is a God, I know I'm blessed. I know I'm blessed. I know you blessed too. I know we all blessed. If you can watch this podcast on the phone with internet, man, you blessed, man. You ain't hungry in Africa. They eat air out there, man. They eat air.
Yeah.
I know that sounds strange, but it's true, bro. We lucky. And so when people go around telling me, you going to hell if you don't believe in my religion, I'll be like, man, how can you be so sure? How can you be so sure, bro? I ain't sure. I want to know what you know. And if you so sure, I want to be so sure too, bro.
So are you saying that since things are going smooth, then you're starting to believe more in God? In a higher power?
I think I always believed in a higher power, man. Everyone believes in higher power. It's good to believe that something's stronger than you out there. Even if you say you're atheist, but you go out arguing, trying to convince people that there is no God, there is no sponsor. In some ways, it kind of enforces his or her, we got to be inclusive, his or her existence. I wouldn't say that people that are strongly anti-religion are any different from the people that tell me if I don't believe in their God, I'm going to hell. I think it's the same energy right there, telling me that no God exists or only my God exists, or if you don't believe in my God, you're going to hell. That's the same energy right there. Someone knows too much, or someone pretends that they know too much. And, somehow I feel you need to be open to the concept that there could be multiple gods. Who said there could only be one God? Or there could be just one God, but he's being interpreted differently. Different people in different times in history, That is how it is sometimes, It's like, we got the internet nowadays, and people would think that having the internet means there can't be any misinformation out there, right? But there's tons of it, right? Everybody got tons of misinformation, and this is 2022 years after the God himself came down to earth, back when there was no internet. And so I find it hard to believe that unknowingly misinformation has been added to, there's been some spices added to that story over 2022 years. You can't tell me that, nah, man, it can't happen, never happened before, not with this book. Bro, you so sure?
No, because I think the way, a good example would be when I was going to church, right?
All right, okay, cool.
And I joined this disciple class, okay? I was starting to be a hardcore Christian.
Hardcore?
Right?
Crossing everything.
Kind of hardcore. I don't know. Anyways, I joined this disciple class. And then it's like when you read the Bible and you do these exercises, even the teachers, everyone in that room, the way they interpreted these phrases, every phrase had a different meaning to everyone. So so me reading this phrase from the Bible, I might think, oh, it means this. And then you reading the phrase from this Bible, you might think, oh no, it probably means this.
Right.
So, the point being,
you gotta finish this.
How it was meant to be interpreted and
Yes.
probably how people are doing it
Interpreting.
now, there's definitely there is a difference. There has to be a difference, you know.
Right.
So yeah, but I think ultimately, if how do I put this? The way you interpret it, as long as it's to your best interest, it
Right.
makes you a better person.
Right.
You know, then you know it works. It doesn't. You don't have to have the same definition as I do, but
Right.
if it makes us both better people, hey, why not, man?
Hey, why not? But I don't want. I don't like to think that I'm a good person because of my religion. You know. I think I'm a good person because I'm a good person. I don't need my religion to tell me I'm a good person, you know, or my religion to stop me from being a bad person. I wasn't going to be a bad person to begin with. You know, they say if you don't have a religion, you're going out killing and murdering people as much as you want. I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, which is number 0, man. I ain't killing or murdering people at all. That's how many people I want to kill. 0. It's not because religion told me not to do that. I didn't want to do that. You know, it's not like if I didn't have my religion, I'd be like, you know, what's the name? You know some cool murderers? Give me a name.
Gary Ridgway.
It's not like I'm Gary Ridgway out there, you know, killing people and stuff. You know, I don't do that. Not because I'm told not to do that. I know not to do that. Shout out to our biggest fan, Mom. Mom told us not to do that. You know, I think if Mom didn't tell me not to do that, I probably wouldn't do it either. But I never know. You know, I could be a monster. I could be a beast. You know. Yeah, you know, obese out there. You know, I ain't obese or anything, you know. But yeah, I think that's one of the hard-hitting topics we can talk about. I think that was a good conversation on religion right there. And, you know, we ain't targeting no religion. You know, we ain't targeting one specific religion or nothing. You know, Buddhism got their question marks too. You know, Islam, Christianity, you know, I think this topic, if you can talk about it like this in a very, you know, jokey way and be very open to the idea that we don't know what we're talking about. You know, we just.
But I think religion is something that it means something different throughout each phase of your life. As a kid, you know, like how I said that we used to just follow our parents. It meant nothing to us. We just had to do it. And then probably like around this point of time, you're feeling that, okay, there has to be a higher power out there. He's guiding me. Everything's smooth sailing from here. He or she. Okay.
Right. Don't get me demonetized, bro.
As you get older, you know, maybe you start to have to rely on religion more. I don't know. I kind of see a trend there, right? Like the older people get, the more attached they are to religion. In a lot of cases, I think so.
Yes. I mean, I think you're the same when we were in high school or maybe in university. Not for me, not for you, maybe for me in university. I was like, nah, I don't know about this religion thing, man. I think a lot of people go through that phase. It's like being rebellious. Everybody's been rebellious once or twice, and then especially during your teenage years. But for me, I think in recent years, I feel, you know, I see all of these unfortunate people around the world, and just based on where I'm born, what family I'm born into, my whole trajectory is different. You know, it's almost impossible for me to fail. You know, I touch knock on wood. You know, I'm just trying to say I'm really blessed, and a lot of people ain't blessed. You know, those boys and girls in Ukraine right now. What's different from them? You know, what's the difference between them and me besides I was born in Malaysia and they was born in Ukraine? That's all. But they're there fighting for their life, and I'm here having a podcast with a cup of coffee. But ain't we all the same minimum? Ain't we all the same? Different shades of the same color. You know, just turn down that brightness. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is.
It will be like that.
Now, that's a good segue into the next topic I want to talk about. You know, it's deep. The next question. This next question right here is deep. You know, what are you, minimum? What are you? What am I? What are we?
What are we?
Yeah. What are we, minimum? You and me specifically. You know, not the human race. You and me specifically. Why are
Oh,
we unique? Why are we unique? Why are we, different? Why are we cooler than most people?
I mean, gotta say, we're kind of good looking.
I'm
I
getting
mean,
that. I'm getting that fixed. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna get it too one day, someday.
Yeah. Context. I'm getting braces. Yeah, but that's another story. Yeah, but what I meant by that question was, what's a unique experience that only you and I have that other people around us may not have? Maybe
Hmm.
Benjamin has it. Maybe Benjamin's sister. Some of our friends. What's that? What's that thing? What's that thing about us? Makes us cool. We're looking a bit weird here. You can tell me. Like, oh, I can see a resemblance between these two. But man, one guy, if you didn't tell me he was Chinese, I believe he's a real chigga right here. Now that's a real chigga down to the definition, down to the word, chigga. That's what you are. I'm somewhat of a chigga too if I leave my beard in.
Yeah,
if I
man.
leave a beard in, people think I'll be going to mosque, what, what's different about us?
All right, I see where you're getting.
Yeah.
The mixed kid thing.
The mixed kid thing, yeah. The mixed
Yeah,
kid.
the mixed kid thing. Yep.
Yeah, we mix kids, man. We mix. Our dad's Chinese, our mom's Punjabi. Sometimes I'd be lazy to explain to people what Punjabi is.
Yeah. The easiest way is
Indurun.
I'd say Indurun or the elite thing. So,
Yeah.
most people get it when you say that. Yeah, the guy with the ball on his head.
Yeah. I'd be lazy to explain, saying like, "Oh, I'm Punjabi," and then I
Yeah.
tend to do a bad thing, which is I judge their intelligence based on what they say. And so if they sound extra dumb, I'm going to say Indian because I'm just lazy to say Punjabi because they won't ask follow-up questions and I don't want to talk to these people. So I just say, yeah, I'm half Chinese, half Indian, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then if they
It's
ask, what
just-
kind of Indian? Then I know, oh, you smarter than you look. and then I jump into it,
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Chinese, half Punjabi, but we ain't really culturally Punjabi,
No,
No,
we are basically Chinese kids.
we're basically
But
Chinese
we
kids.
don't look Chinese. That's the thing.
We don't look Chinese. I don't speak Chinese that well too either, man.
I mean,
Speak Chinese good.
As long as you can speak and you can understand and you can have a conversation, I think
That's
I think
enough,
that's
man.
more than fine. Yeah.
Don't give me a newspaper, Don't give me a newspaper. No.
No. And this is the thing. This is the thing that a lot of people from Kuching, from where we are,
Yeah.
friends around us, family members, Okay, I'm gonna just keep this kind of general because you don't know what kind of viewers you're gonna have from all around the world. I don't know, man. So like some things they won't understand, but
Right.
we go to a Chinese private middle school.
Right.
And supposedly, every kid that graduates from this middle school is supposed to have top level Mandarin speaking and understanding skills, which is not really the case. We just kind of
We the exception, man. We the exception to the rule, man.
Hey, I didn't graduate.
My choice.
By choice, yeah. I left early, so
Admittedly, your Chinese was definitely better than mine, man. My Chinese was bad. I remember my teacher being real happy when I got a C for SPM. She was real happy, like, you got a C. And she was like, let's celebrate. And I was like, man, I don't know if that's a good thing. C for celebrate, man. C for Chinese, Yeah, she was really happy about that. But I was thinking, I ain't good at Chinese, and also I'm more culturally, we grew up watching the Disney Channel and stuff, which is kind of different from the friends around us. I come to Singapore, I feel really at home because everyone here knows Ed and Eddie, Cow and Chicken, they grew up watching the same shit we did. So culturally, I'd say we more, we can relate more to the local Singaporeans because Singaporean kids, they know 1.5 languages, they speak English and they kind of speak Chinese too, like me, they don't speak Malay though, most people, unless you're Malay. But I was going to say they know the references I know. They know the cartoons I know. I can't really go around my friends saying, kumquat, jerk. They won't get that. But you got that.
Nickelodeon. Yep,
You got that. all that,
All
some
that, yeah.
things only we got. And the duck walked up to the lemonade stand, said to the man running the stand, "Hey, what do you say?"
What? The duck walked up to the lemonade stand and said to the man,
Running the stand, "Hey."
uh,
The duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, dun 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 dun." You heard that before. You for sure heard that before.
"What's this, man? I kind of think I know it, but I don't. But I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Is this a cartoon or?"
It's a YouTube video that went viral like 10 years ago. Back when YouTube was about Fred and equals 3.
Oh yeah, man,
Yeah,
Fred.
yeah. It's things like that. Okay, never mind. You failed. That's all. But
I don't remember this shit, man. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I was saying that like yeah, can't really. I love Chinese. I think growing up, a lot of like Chinese cartoon references I never understood. Like
Oh yeah, man, definitely.
Doraemon, all of these things. Like I didn't even know that Doraemon had a pocket that he could take anything out of his stomach. Do you know that? See, you didn't know it. I didn't know it.
But I think one of the biggest things is, Chinese New Year and
Yeah.
having Chinese New Year songs everywhere. And most of our friends would be like, "Oh, I know this song," and then they could sing to the song. But
This
to
person
us,
sang the
it's
song.
like,
Yeah.
we just know like, it goes like this. But
The tempo, yeah.
yeah.
Something about money, something about It's always about money, yeah. But I was really out of tune. It's not like I didn't have friends. I think we had good friends in high school. We had really good friends in high school. But in primary school, man, I think that's where the both of us experienced real racism. Mama too. Mama experienced a lot of racism in high school, in China, in primary school. You remember? Do you remember what's the biggest racism mommy experienced in primary school? What's the biggest thing? Do you remember?
You mean while we were in primary school?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay, the biggest thing was in 2002. All right. 2002, we had a lot of things happen. We got Rex, good dog. We went to China in 2002. And then dad bought the car 3737, the Pajero, for mommy in 2002. I remember these things, man. I was 8. And then I remember the first day mommy came to school with that car. The first day with that car, she was happy picking us up. And the moment she brought us back to the car, there was a scratch on the side of the car.
Uh-huh.
You remember this? Yeah,
Okay,
you were 5.
yeah.
You were 7. Yeah, you maybe don't remember this, but you were 7.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a scratch on the side of the car. So it's just this. It's not the kind of scratch that maybe a kid walked by and his bag scratched up the car. It was too high up for that to be done by a kid. It was done by some parent that wasn't happy seeing this Indian girl, whatever, they ignorant, having a nice car, So they scratched up her car on the first day. I remember Mama was crying.
Oh, really?
That's why I remember this so well, because seeing my mama cry because, she experienced racism. That's the first time I really, opened my eyes to all of this, and then I knew that, people are bitter, man. People just, being
But
weird.
you wouldn't know that say it was apparent.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't racially motivated. I don't know. Maybe
I feel like it's too much a coincidence. Before that, she had the Proton Wira. It's like she had the Proton Wira, but nothing happened to that. So I feel like it was probably just bitter people. I keep telling myself that. But you're right. It could be. It could have been something else.
She could have done it herself. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah. But it doesn't change the fact that we experienced some racism. Man. We experienced some racism.
I wouldn't. Okay.
You wouldn't call it racism?
Kinda is, but
you're very mature for saying that. I mean,
yeah. I mean, like it kinda is, but I wouldn't actually call it racism. I just say it's kids being kids. Like
right.
You're a kid, so. Okay, we gotta give a few examples first. So basically, I don't know. I think I got it worse than you, maybe.
For
sure, right? Yeah, because like there's 3 of us, okay? You, me, and we have a younger brother. Our younger brother definitely does not even look Uh,
Punjabi or Indian.
you can tell he's mixed. You probably can tell he's mixed, but at least his skin
He
is
looks,
much fairer.
yeah, he looks
Right.
white.
Yeah, he looks white. Yeah, so I guess skin color's the main thing here. So I was the dark
Yeah.
kid, Like I think I grew fairer and fairer as I grew
Yeah.
older because
Stressed out.
Yeah, stretched out. Stretched out that little black thing.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I was kind of dark,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was very obvious. I was the only Indian kid, and among a bunch of Chinese kids.
Yeah.
So kids being kids. I thought about this. I think me not understanding that, not being mature enough to understand that it doesn't really matter what they say.
Right.
It's the same as them not knowing what they're doing is not really right. Because we were all kids.
Right.
So I think it all boils down to how your parents teach you what to do and what not to do. Because as a kid, you wouldn't know that. You might think it's a joke, but yeah, it did affect me as a kid.
Right.
Yeah, as I grew older and I went to Ichong, and people were more
Open-minded,
just
being nice.
open-minded. Yeah, you don't really have that black kid, Indian kid, that kind of
Right.
thing anymore. But in primary school, everyone's just too naive, too
Maybe.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you given examples of children being, unknowingly racist. Don't you have experiences of teachers being racist? I do.
All
You
right.
don't?
Let's
I
hear
do.
it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. I was in the scout, and then I was playing ping pong with my friends. You know how Sanxiao is, the ping pong table. You look up, you can see the teacher's room, right? Right.
Yep.
So I was in scout, and I was like the lead marching guy, and so then the teacher wanted us to do some training, scout training, and instead of just calling me by name from the second floor, she shouted my name. She shouted at me from the second floor, but not my name. She called me Inturan. She called me from the second floor, Inturan. I'm not sure. I don't know if I told you this story, but she called me Inturan. And she's shouting. So everyone at the ping pong table be looking up, like, who's shouting Inturan? And she's calling me. Everyone's laughing, like, ha, Inturan. So, it's not, in my case, it wasn't just, kids being ignorant. It was a teacher doing that. Being a grown woman, she's a piece of shit. I hope she did. But I ain't even lying. And there's another guy when I was primary 6, my Chinese teacher. So I was talking to my friend, as kids do, talking in class, just talking to my friend, and he was writing something, and then he turned around, looked at me, and instead of what teachers do, they usually throw a chalk. Or they tell me to keep quiet, but he I saw it in his eyes. He intentionally wanted to hurt me, mentally. He didn't want to just ask me to shut up. He wanted to hurt me. So I was talking, wasn't right, but he wanted to hurt me intentionally. So he looked at me. He took longer than usual, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, just to say, "Li hao,不要吵." He didn't do that. He kept quiet and said, 印度人很喜欢讲话哦. And then he turned around and he continued writing.
What a bitter fuck, man.
What a bitter piece of shit. And so, I ain't even lying when I said I wish he did, Yeah, so, I experienced things like that. I'm surprised you didn't experience things like that,
I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know, but
sometimes it's good to forget, ain't no point keeping these grudges. It's kind of weird for me to remember this after, 15, 16 years. I still remember that. And to say it had no impact on my my outlook, mental health as a kid. I don't know, man. People be diagnosing things nowadays. I don't know if I would have been diagnosed with anything back then, but I feel, in any case, that ain't a good thing to do to a kid. In any case,
But I think you gotta put some context into this. Like I said, maybe a lot of people will be watching your videos from other countries. The thing is, here where we are, 印度人, there's a what do you call it? Is it a stigma?
It's like the N-word. Maybe not as bad, but There's
It's
a
not.
there's a bad taste in it. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, like it's there's a generalization to that kind of people, you know. So if like you were to say someone, you know, 印度人 is not like as a kid, you know, the people will be like 印度人, you know, that kind of
Mm.
attitude towards the 印度人, you know.
Yeah,
So,
they be calling me Haven Yakao and stuff, man.
yeah. You know, like if you were in America or okay, racism is everywhere, but you know,
Right.
I don't know. I don't think it's just a very Chinese kid thing to do. You know, like how you see some videos. Okay, I saw a video of a guy, an Indian guy, saying that he overheard a mom tell her kid, "You better study properly, or if not, you will end up like that apu nene," that kind of thing. You know. So yeah, that's the thing. They're just seen as very
Negative in a negative light.
yeah. So
But the thing is, right, that Apunene might have been a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer.
exactly.
You know, yeah, and that kid would be like, so I'm gonna be black? What? So,
Yeah, and you see, because we all know that's how 印度人 is perceived, right? So, okay, say we weren't mixed with Punjabi, say we were mixed with German or something, you know, it would be
Right.
perceived very differently. If you can, like, if your teacher was screaming 德国人,德国人, you won't feel like, I would be like, yo, what's up, man?
That's
you
on
know?
me. You're right. That's on
Right?
me. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. That's on me.
So, like,
Yes, and I think something you said a couple of years ago. I remember you said, you know, for it to be an insult, I have to take it as an insult. You said something like that. Like, so what's wrong with being called an intolerant? If it isn't a thing, if there's no problem, why do I feel like it's an insult? Right?
Exactly,
The word is weaponized, and also, like I said before, an insult goes both ways. It's a dance, you know. You can't be dancing by yourself, you know. It's a tango, you know. So
it takes two.
it takes two. So one to insult and one to take it as an insult, or one to ignore it as an insult. And you know, you're right. At the time, why did I have to take your alarm's ringing? Why did I have to take inturen as something's ringing?
My alarm is ringing. Hold on.
All right.
One second.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Where's my phone?
Where's my phone, man?
All right. Sorry about that.
No problem. Ain't nothing but a thing.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
You were
What was I
saying?
saying? I was saying. Yeah, it ain't a thing, you know. And I feel like I wanna say. I think I'm grateful that we are the way we are. I wouldn't trade it for a thing. You know, I'm glad we grew up half Chinese, half Punjabi. I think that's a very unique thing about us. And more importantly, you know, appreciation time. I want to thank my mama, you know, mama, for raising us right. You know, she taught us to love. She was that kind of person, you know, she is that kind of person. She's around, she's watching this right now. She's that kind of person that's, you know, overwhelmingly positive. You wouldn't even believe, man. She's always been like that. You know, some people may think, you know, hey man, why is this woman so positive, man? You know, but she's always been like that. Ever since I was a kid, you know, she always, you know, even though she experienced some racism here and there, you know, in between her circle of friends or with other parents at school, be it ignorantly or not ignorantly, they may have been racist without knowing that it's a racist thing to do. Either way, it doesn't change the fact that it wasn't right. You know, but you know, going on through all that, she managed to raise us right. You know, she taught us to love, be good kids. She probably crying right now.
And you know, the way she handled the situations. Okay, as a kid, as I grew older, you start to not care anymore. Like I said, you start to realize that okay, they're calling me black Ingduran, and then you can think now, and then you're like, hold on, yeah, I am black, I am Ingduran.
Right. So it's true.
Then why am I sad or angry or offended by what they're saying? I am that.
That's right,
you know?
right.
So then you start to accept, and then you know, once you can joke about it, once you can joke about yourself,
Right.
you're good, man. You're good.
Exactly.
Like Yeah, I am ignorant. Yeah, I am black.
What you
Yeah.
gonna do about it?
Yeah, and the fact that it really, as long as you can joke about it, like when we entered high school, right? That's when I think I started to really really accept, and like when your friends can joke about it with you, like okay, our family, we deal with cars, so they are like, oh, 这个人是喝黑油长大的, you know, when you can start to accept things like this and really just joke about it, it's not a problem anymore, right? Today, and then okay, that was from primary school to high school, and then once you go into university, it's like this isn't even a thing anymore,
Right.
It really isn't a thing anymore. Like,
I feel like it could be because another thing is because the population, like Indian or Punjabi population in our town, is very small. The whole Sarawak is very small, so it's more like a. I don't think my West Malaysian friends are really, Chinese or Malay or Indian friends. They don't really have this, man, because their high schools are full of Indians and Chinese and Malays, right? So it's quite a specific thing that happened in Kuching because, your whole class, is there any other mixed kid in your class? Your graduating class now, right? I don't think
you mean in primary school?
Ichong. Yeah.
Rika,
Rika, yeah. For me, it's Ben, Dennis. Yeah. But I think we all had some. A lot of times when I was talking with Dennis, right, about this racist thing, Dennis would be like, 对，我也是. So I feel like, okay, it's cool to hear that Dennis also has the same experience. We still have Discord. We still talk on Discord. We have a group chat that is quite active every day as well. So, I think it's a unique thing that, dark-skinned kids in Kuching, we experience this.
But one thing though, one thing that I think, okay, like I said, I think I got it worse than you. So I would like, in primary school, kids would say things, and I would be like sad, and I'll go home crying, telling our mom, oh, they called me Ingturen, they called me Indian, they called me Heiren Yakao, that kind of thing. As a kid, you don't understand. It hurts, right? So you cry and what. And I think, okay, our mom, she, as a mom, a mom, she will go all out, man. She will go all out. She's like, yeah, she would actually confront the kid that said that about me. I'm sorry to whomever that has been confronted by my mom. But hey man, you gotta understand. One day when you have a kid, you probably understand too. Like, some might say, oh, an adult confronting a child, the child doesn't even know better or whatever. But sometimes
they need to be educated.
It's just the parent thing, It's just I guess I would do the same for my kid.
Right.
One more thing was like, okay, that was our mom's side. That would be how she would handle shit. And then when it came to our dad, I remember like, he knew this kind of thing was going on.
Right.
But the thing that he would tell me would be like, the very Chinese dad kind of thing, like, you don't have to bother. Just use your knowledge, your results to prove to them, prove something to them. Don't get sad over the fact that they're saying this and that. Prove to them that you're worth something. I mean,
it's true. It's true.
It's true. But sometimes as a kid, right? As a kid, you don't need to know that. You don't need to. Sometimes you just gotta say things to a kid to make them feel better. That's all they want.
Right. Just make them feel better. I was like, I didn't have that conversation with Dad before, with Papa, because like you said, I didn't have it as bad as you a lot of times. Most of the time, I didn't have it as bad as you, and I think what we have in common is when we went to high school, it became a lot better. We have a good circle of friends from high school. I don't give a shit about my primary school's friends anymore, except maybe Joshua. I still talk to Joshua sometimes. You remember Joshua? Yeah, Joshua's nice, but I don't. Anyone that didn't come from high school, I don't really talk to anymore. They still want to have, primary school reunions and shit. I'd be like, get a life, man. The fuck, you 28? You want to tell me how we were friends at 12? Man, shut the fuck up, man.
Some of them might be watching, man.
Hey, man, grow fuck up, man. What? I don't know you for shit, man. 12 years old, I didn't know anything. I only know Joshua, Dennis, Moyu. Who else from my high school?
But do you ever think of stuff like that? Okay, like there's so many types of people in this world.
Right.
Sometimes I admire people like this because I'm not this kind of person. It
Right.
takes a special kind of person to be like that. I don't want all this, but some of them are like, ooh. I want to contact I like, oh, dang, I'm not this kind of person. So
Yeah. I never want to be this kind of person, man. Grow the fuck up, man.
get a life.
Get a life, man. Primary school reunion, shit, man. I didn't have pubes there.
But speaking of high school friends, shout out to Aliang. He wanted me to mention his name. Eddie Lee.
Eddie Lee and his girlfriend, sweet as fuck, man.
Kanye, yeah. Shout out to Ahu Noodles. This is what he wanted.
Oh, shout out to Ahu Noodles, man. The best
Ahu
noodles. The best noodles, man.
The best, hands down, the best, man. Without Ahu, damn, Kuching, you won't have your kolomi.
Hey, man, let's take a moment to talk about our friends, man. We already at the 47-minute mark. You let me know if you want to stop anytime, all right?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
You're good?
Do you think we got okay content?
We got good content. I think this conversation is unique to just me and you. I can't talk about other people about this kind of things.
Yeah.
Maybe V not had experienced the same things before. Did you watch the episode? Be honest now. Did you watch it?
Before I came on this podcast with you, I was just watching Jenny L.
Man. Jenny L's pretty, man. Jenny L's a nice person. She's a nice person. Yes.
And I think there's one thing in common about all your speakers so far.
Yeah.
I admire how I can have a conversation, but I don't think my vocabulary is that deep. I like how Kavan's vocabulary. Jenny L. How they can really they have such a strong grasp of the English vocab.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It makes the conversation very, very nice to listen to. Yeah.
I think your level of English is probably the same as mine. It's just you don't talk as much as me. Yeah, you ain't that. You only talk. You're more of a talker with your friends and maybe family and me. You don't really talk as much as me. But I think your level of English is probably the same. See how you can fake a black accent right here. You can, if I wanted you to switch it up, if I wanted you to be American right now, you could probably do it too. You could probably change yourself. Tweak your accent to sound like this right now. You could probably
lactose intolerant.
You're lactose intolerant, man. You change your name to Christopher, man. Nobody even know.
I got my rights. Okay, I think this is another thing that we can talk about is the fact that we both have been to America. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Which is, I think, hands down, one of the best things that could have happened. I know what you see on the media, what you see everywhere, Americans, this and that. But the experience I had there, you can never get that shit back.
Same.
That was so good.
I want to go back. I want to go back
someday. Yeah,
Right.
Not
the same place.
There.
Yeah.
Maybe the same place. I would want to go to the same place.
Minnesota.
No, man. I was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah,
but that's not the accent, though.
British. Yeah, I don't think they got British people down in Tennessee, man.
Yeah,
I think they got more people talking like this down in Tennessee.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, probably got their cowboy hats and their guns and their trucks and stuff. Yeah.
Thing is, I never even held a gun. I remember I was like, okay, I want to talk like you guys. What should I say? And then this lady, I forgot her name. I think it was Emily. Maybe she was an American. She was like, I'm gonna get me some tater tots.
You don't say.
That's how they speak. So, and then I met this guy. He worked with me. His name is Raymond West, Mr. Raymond West. He was a good guy. He's just such a good guy, and he's not like our age group. He's like 30 something, 40. And
shout out Raymond West.
Mr. Raymond West, if you're watching this, if you made it this far, oh my God, man, I miss you.
You made it. You made it, man.
Yeah, and he was like, he was very interested. He wasn't racist at all, but he was damn funny. He was like, "What's the Malaysian currency?" And I said, "We call it ringgit." Ringgit. All right. And then he just started calling me ringgit, ringgit.
Ringgit, get on over here.
Yeah, and then he was like, he was such a nice guy. We would talk. He just a very humble guy. You know, he's not a rich guy. He's not a very, intelligent guy. He's just a nice
simple guy. Right.
Simple guy.
That's all we need in this world, man. All we need is nice people, man. You get yourself a couple of Elon Musks, and all of them just need to be nice. He got enough brain power for us all, man. Elon Musk. My experience in the U.S. was, let's tweak it up. Let's tweak it up a bit. Let's use our American accent right now, okay? So when I was in the U.S., I was speaking like this all the time. I was pretending that I had an American accent, which was weird because I have a more Malaysian accent by default. But then I would still have meetings with my Malaysian colleagues, with my American colleagues in the call as well. So when I was talking to them in person, I would be talking like this. But then when I was in a call with my Malaysian colleagues, I'd go back to like that lah, yeah. So that's what I did for today. That's what I did for yesterday. Then I'd be going back and forth between American accent and Malaysian accent, and then people would be. I had a couple of people ask me like, which accent is your real accent? And I said, no, not this one. This is not my real accent. Then where'd you learn to speak like that? I said, oh yeah, years and years of Disney Channel and Discovery Channel, things like that. Then they'd be like, you got Disney Channel there? I say, yeah, fool, I got Disney Channel there. And people be really nice in Arizona. They say Arizona is like one of the nicest states. I think that's true. There was a guy I met at the side of the street. I wanted to go to that like McDonald's or something, and I didn't know how to drive there. And then I met a guy, and then I said, "Do you know how to get there?" He said, "Beats me, man." He didn't know. He said no. He said he didn't know. Yeah, beats me, man. And I'm like, oh yeah, beats you. Then he said, what else he said? I met a lady once. I was working up to like 2 a.m. and then I had to eat, so I went to Denny's. You know Denny's.
I've been to Denny's, man.
Man, I went to Denny's, man. There was this black lady. She chubby. She full of love, man. You know how they say, one of the most beautiful things is to be called honey by a black lady.
Yeah, man.
I was called honey. She called me honey. I was like, oh,
man.
It
was one of them soul food places, eh?
Soul food places. I don't know if Denny's is a soul food place, but, she definitely gave it some soul. She got all the soul. She got enough soul for us all, man. I was like, it's 2:30 in the morning, man. Shit. Come over here, sweetheart. You sit over here. And I was like, and then I was like, damn, lady, you sweet. And then I picked what I wanted to eat. Had my meal. It was 2:30 in the morning, and she was like, all right, come over here, pay over here, son. And then I was like, damn, man, you sweet. Then I said, I love your energy. I love your energy, man. Then she said, man. Then she said something like, you gotta be happy all the time. 2:30 in the morning, 3 a.m. You're getting life lessons from this cute black lady, man. That's how it is, man. And I know you did you see me talking about the new Kanye West documentary on Instagram? Yeah, you gotta watch it, man.
It made you cry or something?
It made me cry, man. It was good, man. It was good, man. You know one thing Kanye has in common with us?
What?
Yeah.
He's a guy.
No, man. He got something in common with us, man. His mom is his biggest fan. His mom support him all the way, and I think that's the way it is with us too. I think the way we are, the way I like to record things, you like to play guitar, things like that. I think it's thanks to our mom being very supportive of, telling us, you can do whatever you want to do. Kanye's been rapping since he was like a kid, and as a kid he'd be making up lyrics and making nice songs as he was growing up, and his mom actually memorized his lyrics. She memorized his lyrics when he was growing up. So and he, why Kanye is such a big deal, because he doesn't rap about things that rappers rap about, like money, cash, hoes and stuff. He raps about the struggles of a black man growing up in the US, because he's more of a good kid. He doesn't go around joining gangs, killing people, things like that. So his mom raised him right, and he was having a problem getting into the industry because they say he ain't black enough, he ain't bad enough, he ain't killed no one before, and they hold that against him. And he'd be like, I chose that path. I chose to be a good person. You're gonna hold that against me? So that's why he struggled, And then he wrote a song when he was a kid, and as a teenager, he wrote a song. The lyrics were something like, I'm walking down my high school hallways. It's good to be known. It's good to be known to have this rapping ability. But what about those brothers that didn't have it as good as me? Then he's rapping about the other less privileged black kids that have to grow up dealing drugs. The price of drugs are going high, and I can understand why, things like that. He was a teenager rapping about these things, and so I think a lot of people would, and even if you don't like Kanye West, watch that documentary. You can understand where his confidence comes from, because to have that ridiculous confidence is also something, that's unique about him. That makes him, uniquely Kanye West. And you can see that his mother really supported him all the way. And I feel if we were born in a different country with, better technology, with a stronger currency, I feel like we could have become something like that too. We just, it was expensive for us to have hobbies like that, It's just the ringgit, we probably could have, gotten some musical kit, maybe a guitar when we were younger, things like that. And then we could, expand ourselves in that way. But, just being born in Malaysia, it ain't a money thing. It's just a currency thing. A MacBook in Malaysia is expensive. A MacBook in Singapore, you use it for high school, man. So it's just that. That's why, it's kind of sad that I need to leave home just to make some cash. Yeah, leave my home, Malaysia. But that it really do be like that sometimes,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes they don't think it be like it is, but it do be like it is,
It do be like that sometimes,
It do be like that sometimes. I think people that know me in Singapore or Malaysia probably never heard me talk at length with this kind of stupid accent before. But maybe it's just my way. Yeah, you continue.
Yeah, like we talk like this, It's not intentional. It's not. We're not doing it for the podcast. We just talk shit all the time. So
we talk shit all the time.
Yeah.
But the thing is, at some point in our lives, we used to speak English with each other. But now, if I call you, we speak Mandarin. You realize we speak Mandarin on the phone all the time. All the time. Actually, 其实我们不是这样讲话的嘛。我们讲英文的时候，我们就会装这种蓝调 accent。可是平时我们是讲华语的嘛 ，right?
Yep.
On the phone， 我们每次讲华语的。Let's switch it up to Chinese.
All right.
It'll be the first time I speak Chinese. So right now in this podcast, we switched from, regular Malaysian accent to a kind of a black guy accent and an American accent, even some Southern cowboy accents. 现在我们要换一个华语 okay? Show that diversity. I ain't good enough in Malay to speak Malay, but
But before that, I want to say, like, how you said, like, when you went to America and then you spoke in this American accent, and then when you spoke to your Malaysian colleagues and you used the Malaysian accent, I think that's a very good thing. Like, I think Asian kids are, how the Asian culture is here. When you went to university and you were in a lecture class, and the lecturer has, if you have a question as an Asian kid, you are kind of afraid to ask. You would rather, after the class ends, you would approach the lecturer one-on-one to speak. You generally, you just don't speak up. But if you notice other kids, like maybe the Pakistanis or other kids, they don't have this
shyness.
They just raise their hands and they ask questions, and then
it might be stupid, but they asked.
They ask, and I think that's one thing. If you go to another country, don't be shy. Don't even if your English sucks, try. Right. You gotta try. Don't be like, oh shit, my English sucks. I'm not gonna. It's so embarrassing to try this accent. I don't sound American enough. No, fuck this shit, man. Just do it. Just do it. You can't laugh at someone for trying, man. Right?
A lot of people do that, though. A lot of people do that. That's why I think I think a lot of people don't dare to try in fear of being laughed at or being looked down upon, and that's that's completely understandable. But I think the bigger problem here is not why ain't you confident enough to speak your mind. I think the problem is why are there people that like to make fun of people when they try and, which goes back to that video I sent you about Kanye West and not Kanye West. What's his name? Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah.
It ain't cool to be positive, man. It ain't cool to be positive. He said that it ain't cool to be positive. So, like, there's this guy. I'm just gonna name drop him. Piece of shit, Zach. He's one of my ex-colleagues in Singapore. He's the kind of guy that the kind of weird person that be happy to see you fall. He'd be happy to see you fail. He's that kind of person. That kind of petty, bitter person. I feel. You know why? I'll tell you why. I had I proposed recently. Congratulations to me.
Congratulations.
And so I posted that picture on Facebook. Everyone was like, congratulations. Default answer. And his answer was, how unfortunate. He commented on my picture, how unfortunate. And I got a long block list that automatically puts you in my block list, on Facebook. But I was still following him on Instagram. He still follows me, but I don't give no shit, man. Petty piece of shit.
Why? Why would so?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly what Kevin Hart said. How much it takes to go. How unfortunate. Why would you do that, man? How miserable are you that? That's the only thing that okay. If you're like super close friends and that's how you guys converse, I would be like, fuck, this is how we talk. This is us. But I don't know you, man. I don't know you that well.
The thing is, even if look, you and Ben Tian, you and Yung Liang, you and Nixon, you guys are good friends, but you guys trash talk all the time.
Brian.
Don't forget Brian Goods. Well, he probably listening too, hopefully. So you guys are good friends and you guys trash talk, but for sure that one day if you propose, something good happens, you have a kid, you propose, you get married, they wouldn't come in your comment section and say, how unfortunate. They would. But there's a time and a place, but I don't think they would though. I think
they would, but I wouldn't care because I know that's how we convert.
Okay, good point. But then at least you guys are good friends. I ain't really good friends with this guy. This guy's like
that's the thing. That's the thing.
So and then he said that, and then on Instagram he just came over for some reason. I don't know. Maybe he had it in the back of his mind that I'm better than him. He'd be right though. He maybe he's scared that I'm like superior to him, and he's right. But he came over and just texted me and told me that, hey man, I changed jobs, man. And I was like, what I always do, I congratulate him. I say, hey man, I'm happy for you, man. I'm really happy for you because I don't like to, I want to be really happy for people when they have good opportunities. So I'll be, hey man, I'm happy for you, man. So I was like, what do you do, man? What do you do? So how much do you make? Things like that. Like how much, like how big of a jump? Then then after a few sentences, I realized he's not here to just share good news with me. He's just here to flex, and he'd be like, "It's not the same lah, not the same. You would cannot compare me and you lah. I was headhunted by some scouting company or something." And then I was like, oh, okay, I get it. You were just here to like flex on me. Like Andy, right? Andy, when he got PR, Andy messaged me, said, hey bang, I got PR already. And for sure, right? Andy was looking to me to tell me he got PR, just to share some good news. And I know for sure Andy was just here to tell me, hey, I got PR, and he's happy that he got PR. And I'm super happy for him also that he got PR, permanent residence in Singapore. And those kind of interactions, right? It's like when I proposed to Chi Hui, and then I called you, called Mami, say, I propose. I'm here to share good news, right? And the only thing I expect is like, hey, congratulations, like positive, right? But he was just coming to me to flex to me that he was headhunted and he's in a better company than me in some MNC multinational company. I was like, bro, I got a multinational company job before I even left university, man. I already got a job offer at Intel. So, grow the fuck up, man. You wanna, if you want me to flex on you, right? I can flex on you all day. The thing is, right? He told me that I was headhunted, HUNTERED. which is not how you spell the word, man, you dumb fuck. That's it. Then I asked him, so what stack do you use? Stack is, in software world, stack basically means what software do you use, like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, which is like your stack. What's your software stack? So I asked him, like, what stack do you use? He didn't understand. And then at some point, right, when I realized that he's like just being toxic, right, then, I turned up the fucker in me. And I went, also, man, don't go out telling people you were headhunted, man. You Singaporean, your English is supposed to be good. And then I said, also, stack means, I asked him what stack he's using. He said, what's that? And I said, man, you're a software engineer. You don't know what stack means. Don't tell people you're a software engineer, man. So, I feel like I've always been, for sure, I've always been kind of an ass sometimes,
being sarcastic.
Being sarcastic, that's kind of me, but also really fierce sometimes. Being able to defend myself verbally is something I don't want to lose. So I've always been told growing up that I got a bad temper, right? For sure. But then I feel like it's kind of a good thing. It's good to have the ability to be angry. It's like what Jordan Peterson said, it's not good to be harmless. You don't want to be harmless. You don't want to be a rabbit. You want to be a tiger, but you're tame, And then if someone messes with you, you can show some teeth sometimes, show some teeth and say, don't fuck with me. I'm going to fuck you up. So that's why I'm building up these guns, Guns are illegal in Singapore.
I think, not say recently, but right. I'm trying. I think when you get to achieve this level of understanding, then I think you're fully grown up. Like, I don't think you ever fully achieve this level of understanding. Okay, what I mean is like, okay, take this Zach guy for example, right?
Right.
So the general thing would be to react this way. The general way would be like, Zach's a piece of shit, right?
You're gonna give me some perspective, huh?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some perspective. I'm not saying you're wrong, no, man.
Right.
It's completely right to react the way you reacted, because why the fuck are you being an ass? Okay, right. But when you that's the hard part about it. If you can train yourself to instead of
reacting,
that's this guy for the way he is, he's probably reacting this way because of some, he grew up this way. It's a very mental health thing, I have been listening to a lot of serial killer podcasts. Okay, I just find it very interesting, and you come to realize that every damn serial killer has some sort of a mental health issue. The way they grew up, like, okay, except for maybe like exceptional cases like Ted Bundy, he grew up in a wealthy family, and then he just wants to be this way or whatever. But most out there, they have some shit, some childhood trauma, some family issue, abusive parents, some shit along the way made them into this toxic, problematic human being. Right. That's just misunderstood. And then they don't think they're wrong. That's just them.
The way they are.
Yeah. But it takes a certain level of patience and, you just gotta...
And understanding and,
bite your tongue. Yeah. But sometimes you just tell yourself, fuck this. Why do I want... Yeah, why do I have to try to understand you? You're just a piece of shit. But if you can train yourself to react that way, I think you've achieved, you maybe that's wisdom. I don't know.
You've always been like this, man. You've always been like this. Always coming in with the perspective. I'm going to give you a quick answer. One word, bro. Nah.
I mean, I'm not that guy. Also, I'm not that guy. But if you can train yourself somehow, I think it's a good.
I think if you came around and told me, and I'm gonna take a bit at what you said, I'm gonna accept a bit of what you said. Maybe he's mentally challenged. I like that part. Maybe he dumb. That's why I like that part. But I like that
Take
part.
What you will.
Take what you will. I like the fact, telling myself that he pretty dumb. Yeah, I like that part. But I feel like I feel like people need to take a stance towards toxicity nowadays. You know, there is no reason to spread toxicity unnecessarily unless it be putting someone in his place. You know, like how I was really happy for him. You know, getting the job, getting a higher salary, all that. He didn't tell me how much he made, but you know, he's trying to tell me that he good. Maybe in a way, he's just trying to tell me that he's good, man. You know,
Maybe
and I was
that's
happy for him. Yeah,
Yep.
I was happy for him. But then when I realized what he was trying to do was kind of like, he's not trying to tell me good news. He was just trying to tell me I'm above you. That's what he was trying to say. I'm above you. That was what he's trying to express in his storytelling. Then I realized, nah, man, you don't deserve my courtesy. You don't deserve it. And so I went full out, you know, asshole on him, telling him, hey, man, you Singaporean, man, you shouldn't be writing English this bad. You're supposed to have good English. I thought Singaporeans had good English. Also, you're a software developer. You don't know what stack means. Man, don't tell people you're a software developer, man. And then after that, he ended the conversation. He was like, I gotta go. I think, you know, I was calling him out on his bullshit. And he couldn't take it.
I think to sound more
Wise.
educated,
Wise. All right.
this speaks volumes about our personalities. You know,
Me,
you're the
you?
kind of guy. Yeah, we both know when we're confronted with arguments. Some situation. I'm the guy to be like, I don't want to
Fuck
deal
this.
with this shit.
Fuck this, yeah.
You know, I'm that guy.
I ain't that guy.
Unless it gets to that point where I'm like fuming, you know. But
Yeah.
most of the times I'll be like, okay, fuck this. I don't want to deal with this shit. But you're the kind of guy to pursue it. You want to
Yeah.
get to the point, or so, you know. You
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to,
I'm gonna
that's
drop
just
it.
in you,
I'm gonna drop it. I think I'm like that in anything. You know, I'm kind of eccentric in that way. You know, in terms of being positive, in terms of being a happy guy, I'm, you know, on the extreme end. You know, I'm crazy like that. And then when it comes to being angry, I'm also on the extreme end. You know, it's like every emotion I have, there is no in between. I'm either really happy or really sad or really angry. And that's just the way I am. And so when people come up to me, and it's not that you don't get angry, it's just you choose not to interact. You choose not to pursue or you know, get down to it. I always kind of, maybe it's because, I don't know, I just don't like being bullied. I like what Dad said, you know, our dad, you know, he said before when we were kids, you know, don't bully people and don't get bullied by people. I always remember that. So I always go through life. That's life. I'm just 28, bro. I always go through life saying, you know, I want to be, you know, this ridiculously positive guy, you know, kind of mirror what Mom had. You know, she's always positive. She's always happy. She always bringing people up. She always that sunshine in someone's life, you know. And I want to be Mom most of the time, but also I want to be Dad sometimes, you know. I want to have that. I think that's the benefit of being, you know, having a pretty fierce dad. Our dad's pretty fierce, yeah. And I want to keep that. I don't want to lose that. I think there's a benefit to being able to fuck someone up verbally. I don't touch anyone. I don't physically touch anyone. But you know, I'm going to the gym for myself. I want to look good when I take my shirt off, and also be a little bit more intimidating. Not that I could beat people up, but so, you know, a bit like maybe kind of copy what Joe Rogan has. You know, he big, and the fact that he's big means that people won't, you know, he can ask the tough questions. He can, and then no one's gonna look for trouble to him. So I want to be like that. I want to be like a samurai. You know, the samurai, you probably know samurais for having swords, fighting and things like that. But did you know that samurais had to be very poetic too? They had to be very poetic. It's kind of the samurai culture. So it's like strong body, strong mind. You got to be strong body, fighting with swords and stuff on the horse. But you also have to be poetic, which is why in the game, I think it was Ghost of Tsushima, that game, you would fight with your sword, but also you'd be writing poems in the game, you know? That's like the samurai culture. You had to be cultured and strong. So I want to be like that, which is why I'm reading books, going to the gym, having podcasts, having these interesting conversations. It's important to me. I want to fix up my teeth. Yeah, announcing I'm gonna get an operation next Thursday. In 4 days, I'm going under the knife, take out that tooth in my mouth, make myself look good, bro. Because, being mixed kids and stuff, it's hard to be ugly. It's hard to be ugly. Sometimes I gotta learn from the ugly folks.
Man, hey, you gotta take care of yourself.
Gotta take care of myself. I don't know. Not dissing the ugly folks, man, but I know I ain't ugly, so I just want to fix up my teeth. Look good. Yeah, we good looking kids, but I think this podcast been good. We have unique experiences that no one really has before, and I think
it's just yes. What do you think?
I think I forgot what I was gonna say. You interrupted me.
God damn, man.
Shit.
Damn.
What was I gonna say?
I feel that I don't know. Siblings start off as siblings, right? But it's nice to see how siblings slowly become friends.
Right.
If you can be a friend with your sibling,
not just your sibling. I think the most important person to be friends with is your other half, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. I think Chi Hui right here, sitting right here, pretending to program and stuff.
Program.
Yeah, programming and stuff. Yeah, I think. I think calling her my fiance, calling her my girlfriend, calling her my wife is nothing compared to calling her my best friend. I think those things are just titles. Wife, girlfriend, fiance, but she my best friend. At the end of the day, and at the end of the long day, I like to talk to her. There's no one else I'd rather be talking with. I think there's like 4 major people in my life that I kind of know.
Prioritize.
Right. Sometimes you have a bad day. I've had bad days before. Some bad days I feel so bad that I just want to talk to mom. I just call mom, talk to her. Sounds like a cliche, talk to your mom. But I never feel worse after talking to mom. Just since also because I've been away so long, just talking to mom, hearing her perspective. She maybe she don't have much of a perspective because she just listening, but she gave me some good words, make me feel better, and I really do feel better, and it's good. Having that connection, having a good family bond, it's important. And I feel sad for some people that they don't have a family, they're an orphan, things like that. If you feel sad, who do you go to?
Hey, this shit happens sometimes, man. I mean, sometimes I have my moments that and then you scroll through your WhatsApp and then you're like, who can I talk to? It's not that you can't talk to your friends, but some things you just don't want to talk to them about. Looking for someone to chat. It would suck to not have anyone to talk to.
Yes,
it would. Yeah.
I think this is maybe it's not. OK， wait 啊，我 pause 这个我 stop 这个 podcast， 然后我 continue， 因为我怕停电还是什么，因为我觉得很好这个 conversation。OK，
我去厕所一下。
Yeah, back. We're back and we're back. We're live.
And we're back.
And we're back. We're live.
Good.
So I was gonna say,
morning.
that's something. Actually, I was gonna say, what people don't really realize this is a very guy specific problem. This is a very guy specific problem. A lot of guys, I feel like a lot of girls have a support system. Like no matter what kind of girl you are, you have a circle of friends that you can go to. But there's a video going around, a viral video of a TikTok that people made. So how TikToks usually, there's a first person that records a question like, show me your dog, I don't know, things like that. And then there was one going around saying, show me the person you talk to when you need to talk to someone. And then it was just responses of guys answering saying, I don't talk to anyone. Guys just replying to that video saying, I don't talk to anyone. There's no one to talk to. I scroll through my phone. There's no one I can talk to. And I think, in my case, in your case, we're kind of lucky, kind of blessed that we can talk to someone. You can talk to your friends. You got good friends. You can talk to our mom. You can talk to me. I can talk to you. We're kind of lucky, but there are a lot of people out there. I've always heard there's some guys that, they got no one to talk to, which is why, the men's suicide rates are so high. People die all the time. It's kind of sad, to die thinking that no one around this world can help you. It's kind of sad, It is. A lot of sad things happen in the world, man, which is why I don't tolerate and I choose not to tolerate anyone that's being toxic unnecessarily. So don't come around giving me a perspective. I don't want to hear it, bro.
And sometimes all you need to do is talk. Sometimes
Yeah.
you get that. I just need to talk to someone. I just need to
Yeah.
let it out.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you already know the solution. You already know what you have to do, but just listening to someone say it to you,
yeah.
different sometimes.
It's different. Yeah, it's different. It hits different. I think, you know, it's a generational thing. I think in the past generations, no one really took this mental health thing seriously. Admittedly, I didn't take it seriously too. I was kind of what the fuck do you mean by depression, man? What kind of what do you got to be depressed about, man? What are you talking about? Depressed? You're living a good life. Until 2020 came, and then I lost my job, couldn't go out, couldn't meet my friends, couldn't go back home. Hui wasn't here, and then I realized, shit, man, this is what it feels like. I was close. I feel like I was close. I can't say I had it. I can't say I had it because, I think that there's a disservice to the people that actually have it. But I think I was close. And so it kind of opened my eyes to, people go through shit, people go through shit in life. I was just really lucky all my life until 2020 happened. And then I realized, man, I can't take this shit for granted. But at the same time, after going through it 2 years now, 2 years have gone by, I'm actually grateful that 2020 happened. I'm actually grateful I lost my job and all that shit happened. It kind of taught me that, you can't take things for granted, man. You're just lucky. And luck, there ain't no guarantee when it comes to lucky, And I feel there's benefits that come from struggle. Sometimes, controlled struggle. Don't throw me in Africa, feed me air. I can't do that. But controlled struggle, right at the border of discomfort. I can't die, but death is that right there. Is I can see death right there looking at me. Like Stevie Wonder. So I can't. So look at that.
He ain't blind.
He ain't blind, bro. Don't lie to me. Hey, yo, Stevie, look here. You ain't blind, man. True to your heart, my ass. True to your heart. You must be true to your heart.
Stevie fucking Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Stevie No Wonder, Okay, I'm not sure if you know. You remember the time when I used to send you a bunch of dark memes? Terrible memes about people having no
dark humor shit.
Dark humor memes, I stopped that. When I sent you the most dark humor memes, I know.
When?
Right before 2020. That was the time, right before I lost my job and everything. That was the time I sent the most dark memes. And I stopped that quite a bit. I stopped sending dark memes, especially laughing at disabled people, things like that. I used to do that shit, but I stopped that because I felt like, that may be why I got all this bad stuff happening to me. It's like karma. And I think I used to say, I'm just making jokes. I don't have no bad intentions. It's true. I didn't have any bad intentions, but didn't change the fact that those jokes weren't really, good to make. And so I kind of told myself that could be why, bad things are happening. So I kind of avoid it. Sometimes I like a song a lot. I listen to a song a lot. And then something bad happens. Like, not really bad, but something uncomfortable happens when I'm listening to that song during that time of my life. And then I can't listen to that song anymore. Every time I listen to that song, I had bad memories. And I kind of equate it to okay, this song brought me bad luck. I'll just remove it from my Spotify. And, I can't listen to some songs anymore because it reminds me of the bad times. Not bad times, just some discomfort here and there. I ain't got no bad times. I ain't eating air up in here. But,
I think that's just partly you being a little bit superstitious. And and it's also partly
superstitious.
When you relate songs and scent to things,
memories,
to memories, so I don't know, maybe if you remember when you were in Curtin, you were listening to a song and then maybe things were going good. You met Chi Hui at that time, maybe then like when you listen back to that song, you're like, oh, damn, good times.
Good times, good times. Yeah.
And
Good sounds, good times.
like maybe in the first year or something, Chi Hui was wearing a particular perfume.
Yeah,
and then
yeah. She
if you
farted.
smell it, oh shit.
Oh shit. I liked it though.
And
I get it, man. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, memories, songs. What was I gonna say, man? Yeah, bad memories, songs. I forgot, man. I forgot. Very stupid. Oh yeah, superstitious. Are you superstitious? I'm superstitious sometimes, man.
Not
I'm
very,
superstitious.
nah.
I'm superstitious, man.
I know you are. I know.
I'm superstitious, man. You know I don't walk under escalators. Escalators, man. I don't walk under escalators, man. I avoid it unless I have to, and then the rules don't apply.
I don't walk under ladders,
I don't walk under ladders. Yeah, that's where it came from. Ladders. Escalator is kind of a ladder. You just don't need to climb. I don't walk under stairs, ladders, escalators. And I told people before I don't do that. I don't do that. And they say, why you gotta be so superstitious? Then I say, don't you think I'm really lucky? Then they say, yeah, you're pretty lucky. I said, explains it.
Gotta be doing something right.
Explains it. I'm luckier than you, ain't I? Explains it. It's all right. It don't hurt nobody. It's good to be superstitious sometimes. Like in Singapore, I don't wash my clothes for the first 3 days of Chinese New Year. I don't sweep the house. I don't do stuff like that. Why don't you do that? I don't know. That's just superstition, man. You better be safe than sorry, Guru Nanak watching, man.
Some things I follow, some things I don't, like how we used to not cut our nails at night, but now I'm like, I cut my nails at night, because to me it's like sometimes it just doesn't work, I've been through a long day of work and we deal with cars, my nails are dirty. And I'm not gonna be like, it's all right, I'll wait till tomorrow because I don't want to cut my nails at night.
Yeah, you're right. I do that too.
Yeah.
I cut my nails at night too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good. It's okay. I think some things you can just choose not to. A lot of times it's just, it's just us taking things too seriously. Which goes back to the question, the thing that you said about not taking yourself so seriously. Like, so what? I am black. I am Indian. So what? Right? I think a lot of problems in the West nowadays about people's identities, right? It's just people taking themselves too seriously. Yeah, I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, if what you seek is equality, right? To be treated equally is to realize that nobody gives a shit about you. Because that's equal, man. Everybody don't give a shit about you. Nobody gives a shit about me. The public guy, So if you want equality, that's what it is, not being given a shit by anyone else. And so when you tell me, oh, yeah, I'm gay, I'll be like, great, man. So what? You're just telling me where you like to put your dick. That's all it is,
People are too fragile now, man. They're too fragile. And there's so many. It's like when you scroll 9gag. When you scroll 9gag, and then you see in the comment section, there's a meme that says something like, American problems. I don't want to hear that. It's all just shit, useless, no meaning, no point problems.
Yeah.
Like they got nothing better to do with life. And
exactly. I think that's it. I think that's the word. They got nothing better to do. I think. I feel like it's just a result of having a lot of free time. I think there's a lot of bigger problems. Yeah.
Everyone's so afraid of hurting each other. You don't want to insult. Was it you that told me, or was it the video or something? What's gonna happen if you're insulted? Nothing. Nothing's gonna happen. There was a point in time when sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. This used to mean something, man. This used to be something. But now, oh fuck, you cannot even say shit without offending someone.
Right. I think there's a fine line there. I think there's a fine line between not getting offended and people all out attacking you for something Like
yeah.
I think like constructive criticism and things like that is good. But if you go around telling kids that you Indian, things like that,
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
印度人，印度人。
that ain't right,
Yeah.
that ain't right,
Yeah.
but it don't matter now. They probably dead though. Good thing.
That guy, that
That guy, yeah,
I think the 印度人 teacher was like, she's
ignorant,
a piece of shit.
ignorant.
But
Yeah,
the one that said like 印度人很喜欢讲话 what?
Yeah,
How
man.
much hatred must you have in yourself to say some shit like this to a damn 8-9-year-old man?
I was 10. I think I was 10.
Same shit, still a kid,
Yeah.
I used to have this like after I finished 小学 and I'm maybe in 中学 or 大学 or I don't know. When you think back, right, it's like 小学 teachers have a lot of issues, like you remember this one teacher, what was her name? She taught you and she taught Arjun. This old lady, she was quite old, I think 50 something. What was her name? She was a damn strict teacher with short hair. 郭老师
Sisters 吗？两个 Lisa.
Yeah. You remember them? They were like, I mean, why? Why do you have to be a certain way? Why?
Yeah. Why you have to be like that? Especially towards primary school kids. We were kids at the time, and at the time, parents were not really as protective as they are now. So if you hurt your kid, 郭老师打我的孩子, it's like, oh, all right, 郭老师打你，因为你顽皮。But when you think about it, right? Hey man, 郭老师, you got some issues, bro. You got some issues, You got some issues, man. Why do you have like a selection of canes to beat children, man? Why do you have like a series of canes? You fucked up, bro. What kind of person does that?
Yeah, to discipline the kid. Kids nowadays have it too fucking easy. I think the way we were disciplined is right. Kids need to be beaten, Kids need to have that rotan on their hand. You need that shit.
Some naughty kids, yeah.
Yeah, but then teachers like 郭老师, a different level of
Fucked
they
up.
have problems, man. Like you're dealing with a bunch of kids, okay? You should read on what Jan Yi said. Jan Yi wrote a post. You remember Jan Yi from Kanye?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just wrote a post this morning. I just read it on Facebook, and I think he would be a very good guy to get on your podcast also. Because he's damn intelligent, this Jan Yi, and he's a teacher, and there's so much passion in him teaching. He's a genius. He can do so many other things. I'm pretty sure he can be a web developer if he wants. He can be a scientist if he wants. He can be a university lecturer, but no, this guy chose to be I think he's a primary school teacher, or maybe a secondary school teacher. I don't know, but he is a teacher, and he just finds passion in teaching, and he goes all out to make sure his teaching is the best it can be. So this guy is like, he said a good teacher is not an intelligent teacher. A good teacher is a teacher that I don't really remember. It's something like,
you want me to read it out? You can go with it?
Sure, man. Sure.
Okay. Confessions of a smart teacher. So a kid pointed out and described me as being, he's a good math teacher. In quotes, he's a good math teacher because he's smart in maths. Well, kid, I understand it's natural for you to pass that judgment as you watch me only on the surface. However, I won't agree until I have enough experience to consider what you said. The first half of your statement is debatable. In fact, it doesn't depend on your reason, on your reason you gave in the second half. That second half, that may be true for me, but still not necessarily true in all instances. I have experienced some of the best teachers who are not inherently good in their content, rather their sharpened delivery shines through. Okay. You see, kid, growing up, I've always been good in maths, or should I say better and keen in discovering patterns and learning the colors within them, like some form of art. Wow, man. I spent countless hours imagining, simulating, playing, arranging anything I can get my hands on. Blocks, stones, grains, or Lego bag. When I had time in my Ama's house. Damn, son. I would lie on the floor, watching trails of ants. That same trail from that same hole in the wall in my grandma's house. I would create obstacles and watch them divert along a path of least resistance. Damn. I would create more obstacles. I would explore. I would watch, and in my little childish ways, I would learn in my mathematics there. But kid, I had spent a great part of my childhood playing around the same toys and ideas. So to spend that much time getting here, does that make me inherently smart? Does that guarantee that I'm a good teacher? As you speak, of confession time. But believe it or not, for every 40-minute lesson you experience, I'd spend about half the time simulating and imagining how I teach. Wow. Every concept, every idea, every line I would place on the board, I would imagine before the lesson commences. Wow. At night, I would do my little dance in my room. I would imagine the sense of writing the next day. And just like painting, I would imagine how I might use any of my 6 color pens to demonstrate concepts and misconceptions. Wow. I'd imagine where one of my kids would stop me to say, I'm confused. I'd participate. I'd think of the sort of questions students might ask or a misconception I might discover halfway. Basically, in my head, I'm already playing a game of chess before you laid your piece on the board. Wow. And why would I need to spend so much time anticipating what you may or not understand? Simple, because I'm good at maths. Because by being so good, it becomes a handicap. Instead for me to be inherently a good teacher, I'm naturally blinded to the pitfalls that others experience unless it's through my own. So by being good, I struggle to understand what you struggle on.
Fuck, man.
Fuck.
Keep going. Keep going.
This is good. Every lesson, yeah, that's what I do. I simulate. While on the run, on my meal, on the drive, if that means I can deliver the best I can, then the dry runs in my head will never end, because when I teach, I'm a performer on stage, the artist, the dancer. I wonder, is this the same feeling felt by the legendary Professor Walter Lewin? Don't know who that is. To me, a good teacher is someone who can bring himself to your level to teach. A good teacher is an adult who remembers how to see in the eyes of a child. Wow. As I am still far from it, importantly too, a good teacher should maintain balance when a curveball is thrown his way. If I were good, I would not tremble in the face of one curveball. Okay, like the ants, I would easily divert to the path of least resistance. So in the end, a smart teacher would likely face its natural handicap in becoming a great teacher, unless through rigorous experience, growth is slow. And looking within, I still have a long way to go. Edit. And looking further, I realized, gosh, I miss my grandma too. Bro.
Do you see how this... Okay, first of all...
Johnny appreciation moment, okay?
Johnny appreciation moment. Johnny is this kuching kid that went to Curtin. He's a nice guy, friendly guy. He's a genius. In my eyes, this guy...
Nice. Yes.
Do you see... Okay, first of all, I think the first thing that strikes you when you read this is his English, right? Yeah. And then the second thing would be how he links the whole thing back. You know, it's just a very full
image, full picture.
Yeah. This guy's a genius.
He's nice. And the fact that he says, right, the problem that he has where like being smart or being good at maths, so good at maths that he cannot understand the perspective of a child. Like why does 1 + 1 = 2? Sometimes, you know, you're so smart that you don't even think about it, right? But then how would you explain it to a child? Why does 1 + 1 = 2? Imagine that, like, what is 0 actually, right? Think about it. What is 0? Like, nothing's... yeah.
He's so good at it that he doesn't understand why you struggle. Why? 这么你会觉得 this is a problem. But that's where being a good teacher comes into play. He has to find out what you struggle with, and then he'll work on that and deliver. You know, this guy is a good teacher. You know, compared to 郭老师, you know.
You remember what 郭老师taught? Do you remember what 郭老师taught?
She didn't teach me, but I think it was maths, right?
No, she taught arts.
Arts?
Yeah.
That's all arts.
What a stupid thing to be strict about, right?
Did she teach arts? Really?
One of the sisters taught arts. I remember one of the sisters taught arts. And, to me, that was like... And now you think back, right? It's like, what the fuck did you have to beat children for, I don't know, not doing their homework, not doing their art or whatever. It's like, what are you doing, man? What's wrong with you? Like, I don't know where she is now. Maybe she did. Maybe,
And sometimes, like, okay, consider ourselves kids, right? As a kid, you can already think this way. I just find it strange how some adults are not able to think what we are thinking,
Right. I think the fact that the one thing that's unique about people like Johnny, right? And we all hope to be like Johnny. He is smart to the point that he knows he is flawed. To know and admit that you are flawed is something that not everybody has. To know that you are flawed, to know that I'm not perfect, right? There's a lot of people that go around the world talking as if they are perfect. Like I told you before a lot of times, a lot of people have this false confidence in the workplace. This fucking false confidence, right, is the most annoying thing, because they will tell you something that they are so sure that they are right about, and then they are so sure that you get convinced, like, oh, I could be wrong, or yeah, I could be, the guy's probably right. Did I tell you about? You didn't watch the video? You watched the video podcast?
No.
Okay. There's this fucking idiot, Justin Ling from Cebu, right? Name drop him. Okay.
I think you've told me before. Yeah.
Yeah. This idiot that told me that Sarawak generates electricity for West Malaysia. Like Sarawak 发电 okay, he's like super Sarawak, love Sarawak. Okay, Sarawakian 反正是 love Sarawak, 这个是一定的啦. Okay, Sarawak is like very supportive of Sarawak, and like we like to say that we are very peaceful and things like that, right? Like to howl into West Malaysia that we got no racial issues. But the thing is, right, he's super Sarawak, right? That he said, 你不知道咩 Sarawak 发电给西马都有吧. I was like, what? Like, is that even possible, right? I don't have electrical engineering degree, you don't have electrical engineering, but that just sounds wrong, right? How the hell did Sarawak 发电给 Johor, KL? How? Under the sea 啊？有咩？好像 the only thing that goes under the sea 是 internet cable, and those are like fiber optic 光线来的. You electrical wire going from Sarawak to KL, and then he's so confident, 你知道吗 ？confident 到我怀疑我自己哦。然后我就 OK， 可能有些东西我不知道。When you fucking look into it, there's no such thing, There's not even like, if there was like a news article somewhere somehow that people 有讨论过这个东西，不是 like Sarawak 有很多多余的电，可以送一点给西马。如果有这个 news article like at least then 我就可以 understand 他的 misconception, OK？ 我就可以 understand 可能他看过 that 人家以前在讨论这个东西 then 他以为有，可是其实没有。没有这个东西 in the first place， 没有这个东西 exist before。可是他很 confident， 他跟我讲有 Sarawak 发电给西马，然后我就 like 没有，but 就是这种人很 confident 然后就很信这种人叫人。
I read a Nugget post about someone like this. This guy was complaining that there's this guy in my company. He's he fucks everything up. He's a shit worker. He's terrible at his job. But the one thing that he has is confidence. And this guy saves the company, He saves the company. When there's an issue with a customer, blah, 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 they just send this guy out. And he will shit talk and save the company. He's so bad at what he does. He's just so confident at being, he's just confident.
But I think did he really save the company, or did he just delay the tragedy from happening? I feel like if the company 真的有本事，不是 if the company was doing what they're supposed to do, right, they wouldn't need somebody like this to go and bullshit. That's why 我觉得很多 people in the workplace nowadays 不是就是有这种人的很厉害大炮 over promise under deliver 不是 and then when it comes crunch time 的时候他们就去那边大炮做一点大炮 just to push back the problem. But actually, right, the problem is not that we need somebody like this to 帮我们大炮. The problem is 为什么你没有 get the thing done in the first place? Why do we need somebody like this 去帮我们大炮 right? But right, that's why 这种人就 it's like 我就很讨厌这种人了 that like the only reason they are high up or high ranked in the company 不是 is because they've been here longer than other people. That's the only reason why they are up there. It's not because they are good at it. It's because they are not good enough to leave. There's a lot of people like that. So like I feel like especially in software if you have 15 years of software development experience, right? Software 是很快的东西. If you have 15 years of software development experience, right, there is no guarantee that you are better than the guy that just graduated 1 year, 2 year. Software, there's no point. The only thing you can provide me with that experience, right, is maybe your ability to manage me and the ability to assign jobs to me. But you don't tell me that technically, 如果你没有 keep out 如果你没有去 update yourself, right, there's no way that you can teach me what to do, or what's the best practice, what's the best practice. my ability to Google, right, already overrides whatever experience you may have for me. Unless we are using some old technology, old database, old whatever, right, then you can provide some information. But otherwise, right, my ability to Google the problems I have kind of overrides whatever experience you may have in terms of software. Because software 是那种 it's not like 你做车你不能够 Google 很多东西的 it's all try and error 你要碰手下去 so that's why experience 很重要 right but in software right I feel like experience is not super important for software because there is nothing the internet was made by developers for developers any problem that you think you have some developer probably had it 2 years ago so I don't like seniority for the sake of just I don't think the number of years you work should equate to your seniority or your power or your decision making choices. Doesn't really make sense to me. Like you still need to keep up, you still need to learn, you still need to work. Yeah, man. It's like that, man. It's like that, man. So this kind of 这懒教人 it really do be like that. 这懒教人 I cannot tahan these people, I tell you. So that's why I don't tolerate them anymore. Just like I don't tolerate the Zack guy, right? I don't give him face, right? Any person I come across in workplace that 有这种 attitude 我会丢他们的脸 I will not give them face. 我会很 harsh with them, give them be very sarcastic but in a nice way, kind of way like this is not how this is supposed to be used, this is not how it's supposed to be done. And kind of, pull them down to earth that I know what I'm talking about. At this point, I'm not asking you whether this is correct or not. I know what is correct, I know it's wrong. So it's like even egoistic, but yeah. We already an hour and 50 minutes in minimum.
Yeah, man. I guess that's about it,
minimum. I think this podcast was real good. I think this podcast was real good. I'm gonna make some clips, just like how I always do. Gonna edit this, post it up on the Instagram, on the YouTube, on my portfolio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I'm pretty sure Mama is still here listening to this part. So let's thank everyone. Thank you for listening. Hopefully in a year's time we have another podcast like this. Very soon. Yeah. I hope you got a different perspective as to what it's like to be a mixed kid. In Malaysia, in the Cooch. What else? Yeah, nothing else, man. Thanks. Yeah. I'm gonna stop this recording right now. Stop recording. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye. Take care.